In this video, we're going to unbox and assemble the Tamobyke T63 electric bike. But before we get started on it, I hope you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let's get after it. Alright, the keys were zip tied to the frame down here. Now this key is used to remove the battery. What I want to do is open up the lock here on this side. Go ahead and remove that battery. You're going to simply slide up. And then I'm going to get the charger out of the box and get this charging so that when the bike is assembled, the battery will be fully charged. So inside this box is everything you're going to need, all the tools that you're going to need, the pedals, the bike lock, and then in here is the charger along with the manual to assemble the bike, but I'm going to show you step by step on how to do that. First thing I want to do is install the handlebars, and it comes with these nifty T hex tools in the toolkit. Go ahead and loosen this up just a little bit. Slide that around so it's straight on the front. And then what you want to do is tighten this back down. Make sure it's straight as possible. Then moving to the side with the smaller hex key. Is take the front cap off. Gonna lift up the handlebars. Just want to be careful of the brake here. Go ahead and you want to install the handlebars like that. And put the cap back on. Then tighten this down using the bolts. There is a torque on here. It does say that it is 6 Newton meters max. I'm going to come back and torque these. If you don't have a torque wrench, obviously I would tighten it down like a quarter turn past tight. While you're up here, take the cap off this wire, take the display screen and connect it to that cable. Next step is to install the front tire. What we're going to do is we're going to need these two wrenches that say 14 and 15 on here to tighten the axle bolt, which is 15 millimeters. But first you need to remove the axle that's here for shipping purposes. So I'm going to go ahead and lift the bike up. That was easy to drop out. If it gives you a hard time, just loosen the nuts and it will come out very easily. Now grab the wheel and I'm going to remove the nuts and washers on the axle from each end, and just take notice that there is a washer with a tab on it. You can see here that little tab that goes on the inside, and I'm going to install them the same way that they were shipped in. Set that aside, and now what you want to do is make sure that this brake rotor lines up with the caliper here. There may be a little clip or plastic piece that's in the brake to protect it and not close the lever while it's shipped. If it is closed, you may have to loosen up the caliper to open it up, but I'm going to go ahead and turn the brake rotor to this side where the caliper is, and then what I'm going to do is lift this up. This would help if you had a friend, but it's not too bad. It's definitely manageable. Go ahead and I'm going to drop that on the dropouts for the front fork. But the first thing I got to do is get that brake lined up. Okay, there it goes. It's lined up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the washer with the tab on it, and it's going to go into the little hole on the fork. Then I'm going to take the other washer, that's the lock washer, and then put the nut on. I'm going to do that for both sides. And then I'm going to hold the bike with my legs. I'm going to take the 15mm wrench. I'm going to go ahead and tighten the axle on both sides. About a half a turn past tight. One thing I noticed with the front brake, it needs to be aligned as the front wheel doesn't spin very easily. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to align that and release the tension if needed. You're going to use, I think it's 5mm, and what you'll do is you'll loosen the bolts up, top and bottom, just so slightly like this. Do both of them like that. And then I'm also going to loosen up the cable a little bit. Seems to be squeezing the brake pad. So go ahead and give it a little tension off that. I'm going to go ahead and tighten that brake cable back down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach up to the handlebars, pull the brake lever, and now this caliper is centered on the rotor. And I'm going to now tighten these bolts down so that the caliper is centered on that rotor. Go ahead and tighten that down. Let's see how the wheel checks out. Yep, easy free spinning wheel, not rubbing at all. And the brake feels like it's engaging. It's good, it's not rubbing. Let's go ahead and install the kickstand, which mounts here on the frame. One of the wrenches, there is a 10mm wrench in the bag, and I'm going to go ahead and tighten those nuts down from the back. Go ahead and install the front fender. What we want to do is remove this bolt up here, and then the ones here on the side. The fender in like this, then up, and we want to take the bolt and we want to put the washer on it. We also want to grab the headlight and get that mounted. So pull this out. This gets mounted with the fender. So I'm going to go ahead, put the bolt through like this, through there, and then it goes through the stanchion or cross support for the front fender, and then that nut goes on the back. And you're going to use the 10mm wrench to hold the nut on the back while you tighten this bolt up. But for right now, I'm going to just leave it kind of loose because I want to go ahead and get the side supports mounted up here. Now moving back up here, what I want to do is get this kind of straightened out. You can raise the fender up or you can lower it down. I like it in the lowest kind of tight position, keeping the clearance the same. And then what I'm going to do is tighten this down using the 5mm T handle. This is where you're going to need that 10mm on the back to kind of secure that. To get the headlight secured, what you want to do is tighten this down with the 10mm wrench on the back. Go ahead and get that tightened down. You may need to straighten that out, have someone hold it. What I'm going to do is hold it like that. Get that all straightened out. All right, to install the pedals, you're gonna look on the end here. There's an L and an R, and then match them up with the bike. And you can see here, this is the left pedal. It tells you to turn them in this direction here to tighten them on. Just gotta get it aligned. Then, once you get that started, you can use this wrench and then grab the flats on the pedal and then get that tightened down. All right, got that done. I'm gonna move over here and I'm going to do the right pedal. All right, got the pedals on. Now the bike comes with these pegs that fold back so you can have an extra rider on here. They're easily installed on the bike. You're gonna need a 5mm hex and that 10mm wrench on the back. Now you'll install one on the other side. Now one of the negatives to having these pegs is when you're riding, the proximity of the peg to your foot, you sometimes have to pedal with your heel back or your heel to the front, as if you put your toes on it, your feet will strike these pegs. So I'm actually not going to leave these on. I'm going to take them off, but I showed you how to install them. The other side is exactly the same way. I'm going to get the screen positioned the way that I want it. You can rotate this around like this. I think that's about where I want it there. And what you're going to use is this 3mm T, the smallest hex key. And then I'm going to tighten this down on the sides so it doesn't bounce around. See, it's kind of loose right now for the adjustments. Just tighten that down. Don't over tighten it because it's plastic and you don't want to crack it. And then up here, I'm just going to tighten this down so it doesn't slide around the handlebars. Now you can use this reflector. I'm not a big fan of the look, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the reflector. Might even remove them from the wheels too, but go ahead and remove that. While I'm waiting for that battery to charge, I found these little end caps in the tool bag, and then they go on the front wheels here just to cover the bolts. You can go ahead and install them on both sides. I'm going to go ahead and inflate the tire to the proper pressure. The bike comes with a pump, which is nice. They feel a little bit low, so I'm going to go ahead and inflate them. Now just be careful. I recommend you have a pressure gauge. You don't want to overinflate them, as the tube can pop and then it ruins your fun. Trust me, I've done it and it's not fun because you end up popping the tire. Then it takes a while for you to get an inner tube, which I recommend having a spare one. Go ahead and feel that. Feels pretty good. The back one's a little bit softer. I'm gonna go ahead and do the back one. To install the battery, you want to make sure that the key's in. You can see here there's the plunger. That's what locks it in the frame, so you make sure it's retracted, and then you're going to go ahead and slide it in the frame like that. And then you're going to turn the key. Now it's locked in the frame. It cannot be removed unless you have the key. My recommendation, leave one of these keys at home in a safe place. That way if you lose one, you can always have the backup one at home to remove the battery. So in order to turn the bike on, you're going to hit the power button between the plus and minus button. Hold it for 2 seconds and the screen will go on. The same thing when you want to turn the bike off. To change the pedal assist modes, you're going to hit the plus button. It will raise the pedal assist modes. Minus to lower the pedal assist modes. If you hit the power button, it will give you your average speed for the trip that the bike was turned on. You hit the power button again and it will go to the max speed, which you see is 20 miles per hour. Over here, this is the half twist throttle. This is the brake for the rear. This is the brake for the front. You have a headlight and a tail light. The tail light has directionals. They're only in the rear. You have a horn that's built into the headlight. And if you need to change the display to kilometers, you're going to simply hold the plus and minus button for a few seconds, and then it'll jump into the advanced menu. And you see P01 here on the bottom, and the top setting is 1. You'll change that to 00. And then hold the plus and minus button again, and you can see the display is at kilometers per hour. And then you'll see that if I'm at the top and I go pedal assist mode 3 and I go full throttle, it's 32 kilometers per hour or 20 miles per hour. Additionally, Tamobyke has an app that you can connect to the screen, which can lock the bike and track its location along with other parameters. So that concludes our video. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments. I hope that you liked this video, subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.